Good morning. I want to read something I just wrote. When I think about the situation with my mother and my daughter, I feel a plethora of emotions. Sadness, grief, longing, nostalgia are the main ones at this point in time. I have truly forgiven my mother, I believe, and I just really hope she is different with Devi, my daughter, than she was with my brother and I. Like my dad said to me, though, when my mom first took Devi, let's hope the newness wears off of her like it wore off of you and your brother. Unfortunately, most narcissists love babies because what can a baby reflect but love? Once the baby grows into a small person, once it begins to walk, talk, and develop its own individual personality, that's when it becomes a threat in the narcissist's mind. And that's when the abuse begins, the gaslighting, the manipulation, all the tactics used by someone who has narcissistic personality disorder. I call it evil. But they're all put off onto the child, causing untold mental, emotional, and spiritual damage and anguish to the child from a very young age. Children naturally are truth-sayers. And just this fact alone makes even a toddler a threat to the narcissist's carefully, extravagantly constructed facade of lies and bullshit that they have to exhaustingly maintain in their inward and outward attempts to control the narrative of what and who they want people to believe that they are. The mere thought to me of this masked mania that narcissists construct constantly, consistently, is beyond exhausting. Truth is so much easier. And that is precisely why my mother and I never got along. As a tiny kid, I cannot even remember but a fraction of it. But can you imagine me seeing my mother tell someone a lie about something, and then my autistic ADHD self blurting out, "That's not what happened"? Can you imagine how much harder I must have constantly made her life by simply telling the truth just as it was? God, I ask you to please not let my daughter's mind be so polluted with her Grammy's falsely created narrative of lies that she is unable to still recognize the truth for what it is. I wish sometimes, a lot of times, that I had been stronger, more able to pull my head out of my ass, more quickly able to come out of cycles of distraction, addiction, and devastation, that my period of darkness had not lasted so long as it did, that I had been able to awaken to the truth of what was really happening, has happened in regards to this whole situation in my life far more quickly. But alas, the dark night of the soul has to do what it does, and I know now, have the knowledge, strength, understanding, and the language to finally put words to this aspect of my life in a way that I know is helping me to become who I am truly meant to be. And I am putting myself out here because I know that I am not the only one who can benefit from my suffering and my darkness. I know I'm not the only child with a narcissistic parent. This is far worse than just having dated a narcissist or been married to a narcissist, though that is equally horrible. It does so much more damage from childhood. It's the CPTSD. It's insane. Enantiodromia. I'm going to leave you with this thought. Enantiodromia is a concept from Carl Jung's work, essentially meaning the pendulum swings. And I like this example of what that means. Only the tree with roots that grow down to hell can have branches that reach up to heaven. I love you all. Have a beautiful day. Peace.